Hey there, let's play the Countryle for December 26th. Yesterday's answer was Serbia. This is a very complicated history, and I tried to condense it as much as I could, but this is going to be a little bit longer because it's such a complicated place. So, feel free to skip ahead. There's always a chapter marking to jump straight to the solve. But if you're interested in Serbia, which I was, this might be interesting to you as well. The Republic of Serbia is a landlocked country in southeastern and central Europe. It borders Romania, Hungary, Bulgaria, North Macedonia, Croatia, Bosnia and Herzegovina, Montenegro, and Kosovo. Its population is 6.7 million and its capital is Belgrade. Evidence of human inhabitation of the region exists dating back hundreds of thousands of years. There is evidence of Neolithic cultures going back 8 to 9,000 years. A Celtic tribe settled the area in the 3rd century BCE and built fortifications that included Singidunum, which became present-day Belgrade. The Romans captured much of the territory in the 2nd century BCE. When the Roman Empire was divided in 395 CE, most of Serbia remained under the Eastern Roman Empire, but its northwestern parts were included in the Western Roman Empire. By the 6th century, South Slavs had migrated into the area. Serbia achieved a level of statehood in the 9th century and became a kingdom in 1217 and then an empire in 1346. The Serbian Empire began to fall around 1371, and the Ottomans finally conquered the Serbian despotate in 1459. The native nobility was eliminated, and the peasantry was enserfed to Ottoman rulers. Christians were considered an inferior class, and many Serbs were forcibly converted to Islam. The area of modern Vojvodina was eventually ceded to the Habsburg Empire after a century of resistance and wars between the Ottomans and the Habsburg Empire in 1699. Serbs sought refuge across the Danube and were granted rights by the Austrian crown. In 1718 to 1739, the Habsburgs occupied much of central Serbia and established the Kingdom of Serbia, but in 1739 the Ottomans retook the region. They were reoccupied by the Habsburgs again in 1788 to 1792. The Serbian Revolution occurred from 1804 to 1815, gaining autonomy from the Ottoman Empire in 1830 and eventually full independence in 1878. In 1912, the Balkan League defeated the Ottoman Empire and captured its European territories, enabling territorial expansion of the Kingdom of Serbia. As Serbia became more powerful, Austria-Hungary became wary, and when Archduke Franz Ferdinand was assassinated on June 28, 1914, Austria declared war on Serbia, which began the conflict that became World War I. In 1917, the Corfu Declaration pledged to unify the Kingdom of Serbia and the Kingdom of Montenegro with Austria-Hungary's South Slav autonomous crown lands, which included the kingdoms of Croatia, Slavonia, Dalmatia, as well as Slovenia, Vojvodina, and Bosnia and Herzegovina. This agreement became the country of Yugoslavia. In World War II, Axis powers invaded Yugoslavia, and the territory of modern Serbia was divided between Hungary, Bulgaria, Croatia, and Greater Albania and Montenegro, with some of Serbia becoming a puppet state of Nazi Germany. The victory of the communist partisans resulted in the abolition of the monarchy at the end of World War II and the establishment of a one-party state. Serbia became a constituent republic of Yugoslavia. In 1989, Slobodan Milosevic rose to power in Serbia, who promised a reduction of powers for the autonomous provinces of Kosovo and Vojvodina, igniting tensions between the communist leadership of the other republics of Yugoslavia, and awoke ethnic nationalism that resulted in the breakup of Yugoslavia, with Slovenia, Croatia, Bosnia and Herzegovina, and Macedonia declaring independence during 1991 and 1992. Serbia and Montenegro remained together as the Federal Republic of Yugoslavia. Wars continued from 1991 to 2001. Multi-party democracy was introduced in Serbia in 1990, but Milosevic continued to rule in an authoritarian manner. Protests and wars eventually ousted Milosevic, who was tried by the International Criminal Tribunal. In 2006, Montenegro held a referendum to declare independence from Serbia, resulting in the dissolution of the country of Serbia and Montenegro. Kosovo declared independence from Serbia in 2008, but Serbia continues to deny statehood to Kosovo. Serbia applied for EU membership in 2009, and negotiations commenced in 2014. Since 2012, Serbia has begun backsliding into authoritarianism under President Aleksandar Vučić, who was re-elected in April 2022. Serbia's climate is warm, humid continental or humid subtropical with cold winters and mild summers. Serbia is a parliamentary republic and had one of the first modern constitutions in Europe, the 1835 Constitution. The current constitution was adopted in 2006 after splitting with Montenegro. Serbia's population is declining. The largest ethnic group are Serbs, followed by small minorities of Hungarians, Roma, Bosniaks, and other Balkan peoples. The constitution defines Serbia as a secular state. 84% of Serbians are Orthodox Christians, and there is a small Muslim community as well. The official language is Serbian, which uses both the Latin and Cyrillic alphabets, the only European language to do so. Serbian culture is characteristic of its centuries of straddling the East and West. Serbia ranks 63rd on the Human Development Index and 80th in nominal GDP per capita. Life expectancy is 74 years. The infant mortality rate is 4.3 deaths per 1,000 live births. The literacy rate is over 99%. Serbia ranks 93rd on the Press Freedom Index and is rated partly free by Freedom House. And that was only a summary. It was really complicated. It kind of makes you go, no wonder there's so much going on in the Balkans all the time. The conflicts still aren't resolved. It was a lot. So, anyway, we will start with Serbia and see where we go. East. Higher population, but not that much higher temperature. Well, that probably puts us in Asia, which makes me worried. Maybe like... Well, it's not going to be like South Asia or Southeastern Asia because that would be too warm. How about Kyrgyzstan? If I can spell it. Kyrgyzstan. Okay, Kyrgyzstan's too cold. Southeast of Kyrgyzstan. Okay. Oh, also, its population is about the same. Well, had to start somewhere. I'm not in the right brain state to play this game right now. Forgive me if it takes me a while. Let's see. Southeast of Kyrgyzstan. Oh, is it South Korea, maybe? No. I thought that was a pretty good guess, though. Okay, that was a more reasonable guess. West of South Korea. Southeast of Kyrgyzstan. But not that warm. Well, what else is there besides China? I know it's not Vietnam, but I'm trying to get oriented here. Vietnam's way too warm and too big. Northwest of Vietnam. Okay. Well, what's in there? I know that Mongolia is way too small. Not way too small. Well, too small, but also way too cold is what I meant to say. I'm drawing a blank. I hate this. I'm a little lost. I mean, are we in Central Asia? Because Kyrgyzstan is pretty far east. Oh, it is Nepal. Okay. I was afraid to try it. I got confused about how things are oriented. I thought Kyrgyzstan was... I gotta check this. My mental map of Central Asia is so... Okay. That's why I was confused. Because Kyrgyzstan borders China, so I think of it as being far east. But China is so big that as you go south, you also go east, so Nepal is indeed east. Okay. Well, I got it in 5. That's fine. I'm very content with 5 for a Central Asian country. Yay. Okay, well, that was better than my Wordle show. Feel free to leave a comment here or on today's Wordle video, which is linked in the description below, with a starting word for tomorrow related to the country of Nepal. And I will see you then for the next Countryle.